Digital marketing agency owners, are you guys tired of not being able to find leads consistently, find high quality, consistent leads? That's been a problem for me as well. And ultimately, a big reason why scaling the agency has been so difficult the past couple of years. So want to make this video for you guys, try and eliminate some of those inefficiencies that you may be dealing with on your end as you're trying to identify channels and ways to attract your ideal clients. Ultimately, like I said, I've been working on this process for the past 2+ years, trying to find ways to really optimize and hone in my client acquisition strategies. I've got multiple different strategies here. I want to walk through just 3 of the core ones that I focus on. I really believe in what Alex Hormozi says. There's a few other people that talk about this as well, but Alex basically says you need one channel, one offer to scale to $1 million. And I really believe that. So really dialing in on what your one channel is for attracting your clients, really identifying who your one ideal prospect is and what your one optimal service offering is to those individuals and segments, then you can start to really hone in and scale your service offering. It gets really difficult to scale a digital marketing agency when you are trying to perform different aspects and different deliverables that are disconnected and aren't necessarily interrelated, and take a lot of drag in terms of man hours and time to execute on. So really the main goal of, and this is kind of getting outside of the point of this video, but is to build efficiencies within the agency so that you can actually scale the deliverable. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys these 3 options here for finding your potential next e-commerce client. I would like to just preface this with saying that you should focus your attention on the channel that you think is going to be best for you. I would not focus your attention on all 3 channels. If you do, you're most likely going to be wasting your time trying to execute on all of them when you could go deep on one platform. So I guess I'll go ahead and dive into this first one here. So this is a tool called Seamless.ai. Seamless.ai is a little bit expensive. It runs about $5,500 to $6,000 a year for the software, but they do have an amazing free trial. I tend to utilize that free trial offer as much as possible. And this is great for basically identifying names of stakeholders within businesses that you want to target. So for example, if we went to Neiman Marcus, I guess this is a little bit of a bigger brand, but we'll just go ahead and use this for the video's sake. So I've got a Seamless.ai extension that I use. When I go ahead and click through on that, it preloads all of these stakeholders involved with Neiman Marcus. So I can see their senior manager of infrastructure and engineering. They've got a chef. And ultimately what I would do is I'd probably come into this advanced search, do a search for their marketing manager, a CMO, a COO, a CEO, a co-founder, a founder, anybody really that is a decision maker within the company is who I'd be looking to reach out to. So this is one of the more powerful platforms for doing targeted outreach. So if you have a specific brand that you want to reach out to, you've identified them as a prospect, whether they're in your local market, whether they're abroad, whether they're here domestically, but you just don't have their contact information. Seamless.ai is a great way to go ahead and get that information. There's a few other tools. There's Apollo.io. There are Zoom Info. There's Zoom Info. Those are really the core tools for I would say pulling the stakeholder information from the exact sites that you would like to target. So that is strategy number 1 for identifying your target prospect. So go ahead and jump into idea number 2 here. I've used this pretty frequently and intend to try and identify different keywords and search terms that are focused on the segments of the market that I like to help So I've got a few here: baseball, CBD, cannabis, Scottsdale. I'm located in Scottsdale, Arizona. These are all brands that are very, very interrelated to brands that I like to work with. So I'll go ahead and click on baseball here. What we can see is just a breakdown of anybody that is looking for work within that keyword. So I can break this down by tools that I use, softwares that I use, Shopify I can add in there. I can add in any email or SMS platforms that I use, like Attentive, and start to do search terms for those. I do specific keyword search terms for cannabis and other related items. And one big tip that I would give you guys is to use the job filtering options here. And I tend to use $35 as like a minimum payment. I tend to look for clients that have 1 to 9 to 10 plus hires. And then also I'll sometimes add in people that are looking for short-term and long-term work. But what this does here is this allows you to kind of get an idea of who is looking for work within the space right now. You can see that this company, Guardian Baseball, is looking for an NFT consultant. So this is a baseball company looking for an NFT consultant. I had posted this up as a baseball keyword, or I had done a keyword search for baseball. You could ultimately do e-commerce, if I could spell e-commerce. And you'll get a few more. We probably end up like with 500 here. So then what you can do from here is just start to look through these, identify the projects that you would like to reach out to, send them a proposal that is tailored to the job offering. And then from there, it's kind of in their hands to respond. One thing I don't like about the Upwork platform is they do take 20% off the top for your first 1,000. And then I think from there, it's like 10%. So it's a little bit pricey to use their platform. They do introduce you to the client though, and kind of eliminate that side of the process. So if needed, Upwork is a platform that you can kind of look at. It's not my favorite. It's probably my least favorite out of all three of these kind of strategies, but it is an option that you can take a look at. So there is Upwork. Last but not least, I'm going to jump into another tool called Zopto. Zopto is a LinkedIn lead generation software that allows you to set up and automate LinkedIn messaging, friend requests. You can automate how many messages you're sending to people. This is really one of the top platforms that I've found for really getting in touch with your target market. You do need to have a LinkedIn Plus account to utilize this platform. But what this does is you basically go in, or what this allows you to do is allow you to pull specific links of searches. So say you were to do an e-commerce search for e-commerce store owners in the Austin area, and then you're looking for people that are doing $2 million a year plus. Now that you got that lead list on LinkedIn, maybe you have like 1,000 leads there. What you can do is queue up Zopto to automatically send messages to those leads and try to acquire them. What you do is you set up a templated message. Zopto will automatically send out that templated message. And then from there, you can just start to track what your performance is looking like in terms of replies and reply rates. You can see that a few days ago on the 29th, I sent out about 100 emails on LinkedIn. So it is definitely a great platform. Like I probably couldn't have sent 100 emails out in a month. So having this platform to have the ability to execute on these items for me is amazing. As I'm building up my sales team, this is acting as an automated sales process for me. So really, it's kind of been a way for me to streamline all of my processes within LinkedIn. So this covers 3 of the top strategies that I utilize to look for and acquire new customers. If you found any valuable content or any valuable kind of insights within this video, I'd love if you went ahead and subscribed, click the like button down below. There's a bell icon in the bottom right-hand side of the screen that you can go ahead and click through on, and that will subscribe you to the channel. Would love also if you left a comment down below, give me any video ideas that you have that you would like me to push forward on. And then also give me a shout out on LinkedIn, and we can go ahead and start up a conversation. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope it was helpful.